Welcome back to another episode of Explorers of Darkness. Last time we went to Ant Plains and kicked the absolute shit out of a bunch of furries. And this time we are getting ready to go hunt down Grovile. Ignore the weird starting point for this episode. I was running around and managing the inventory off camera, and I did not realize that walking into the guild would just immediately send you into this scene, so I got thrown off guard. But you didn't really miss anything, so it's okay. Wow, Eastern Forest is in the east. Wow. Did Tolkien write this shit? Northern Desert, bros, holy shit. I wonder where the Northern Desert might be. Perhaps could be in the north? Oh my god, it's in the north. I also like the way he says that this area on the map is obscured by clouds. As if, you know, when they're making these maps and they don't actually know what's over there yet, they just put a bunch of clouds. Well, I mean, I guess maybe that's a cool world building kind of thing. Oh, you Diglett, you get to sit behind because you're a useless piece of shit. No, 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 no. The funny thing is, if I remember correctly, it says Northern Desert is ranked by vicious sandstorms. If I remember correctly, I'm not even sure that there are actually sandstorms there. It might only be in the next dungeon. I don't even remember. Anyway, before we actually do that, I know I was just talking about how we're not really going to do any grinding, but this is an exception. We deliver Reviver Seed. Oh, hell fucking no. Before we did that, real quick, I just want to take this mission here, get Poison Jab TM, and then give it to Grimo. So let's just jump ahead until, you know, when I'm done with all of that. Alright, that's all finally out of the way. Time to quickly head over to Northern Desert. I want to point out off camera, first of all, we got Poison Jab for Grimo. He also leveled up to 18 and got the non-trader IQ skill. And also off camera, we taught that Energy Ball TM to Chico in place of Poison Powder because it's not very useful, to be totally honest. But anyway, Northern Desert. This is gonna sound weird, but this dungeon's theme that plays is probably my favorite dungeon theme in the entire game, which might be one of my most, like, random opinions about this game. Because this is an otherwise, like, very unnoteworthy dungeon. I feel like that most people might not even remember it fucking, like, exists. But I fucking love the theme. I just love this dungeon. It's really cool. The tile sets look really good, especially in the second half. The music is so good. Oh, really good stat boost. That's a really good start. Nice. Dungeon is not super noteworthy in terms of enemies, I don't think, except for there are several enemy pin missile users here, which means if you're unlucky, you will explode, so definitely gonna have to protect Chico. We do not want her just getting, like, owned to death by that, you know. I also only brought one apple. Hopefully it does not end up being a problem. Although there are alternative food sources available in the dungeon in case we run out. Let's just say that. Oh, that did a lot of damage. What the fuck? Starting to get pretty tanky as well now. Actually survived an ember. Just keep moving. Yeah, really in this dungeon, you kind of just gotta look out for enemies who can use pin missile, because they can really, really hurt you. And there may or may not be bug bite users in here. I honestly don't remember. I do not want iron thorns in my inventory, bro. Get them out of here. There it is, grimy food. Grimy food is like, all memes and jokes aside, it's like, as a consumable item in dungeons, there is worse things you can eat, I guess, which kind of sounds insane, considering it's like fucking dirty, soiled food. But like, because what you do when you eat grimy food is rather than the 50 hunger you get from an apple, you only get like 30, I believe, and you also will get like a random ailment. Yeah, you can get a status, you more likely than not will get one. But the thing is, you can just eat one, and then just... Well, I was supposed to get burned by that, but as you can see, I'm a fire type, so I didn't actually even get burned from it. That's good. Either way, you can eat it, and then just, you know, go straight to the stairs. So, grimy food is definitely decent food in a pinch. And there's also, like, the survivalist IQ skill, which I think gives you more belly from eating grimy food and either reduces the chances of getting ailments or just removes that chance entirely. Which is a little niche to be an IQ skill, I think. It's not exactly super useful, but there are worse IQ skills, I suppose. And the energy ball hits really hard. Yeah, we gotta be careful of Cacnea. I believe it's Cacnea that can use Pin Missile in here. This is also the dungeon where Scorpy appears, and at this level it absolutely has Pin Missile, so you gotta be careful. We don't want it to like spawn off screen and start sniping us or some shit. That would be really, really bad. Yeah, like I said, I love the theme that plays in this dungeon. It's so good in a weird way. I guess I'm just a fan of like video game desert music, but this one in particular, like, I don't know, this song like touches me in a good way, you know, like, I think I've mentioned before, like, I had mentioned in the previous episode I had a playthrough where I, like, was playing as Chimchar and Pikachu. Oh, fuck, I gotta cut myself off. There is sand in this dungeon. Ah. And if you've played PMD, you know that the absolute agony that is trying to go through a dungeon while there's a fucking sandstorm and you get stopped over and over again to take residual damage from it. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. What was I saying? No, that playthrough I said before, I had a playthrough in the past of Darkness where I played as Chimchar and Pikachu. And that was a playthrough where, like, I managed to not use any Reviver Seeds throughout it. I remember that same playthrough. So the reason I played is because this was back in, like, 2017. And, like, an IRL friend actually owned a copy of Sky and was willing to trade it to me. And in return, I was going to give him, like, a spare copy I had of Sonic Rush. Okay game, by the way, but not really the point. And so yeah, I remember that weekend, like, I was in middle school at this point, by the way, you know, call me a Zoomer, because I was in middle school, and, well, no, I was in high school, sorry, I was in high school. Yeah, I was like 16, I think, 15, yeah, I was 15. And so, like, I got really sick, and so I stayed home from school on, like, that Friday, and, like, we were gonna meet up, like, the next week at school, right, to trade these games. I stayed home on Friday, and I remember being like, man, I really want to play some PMD. I can't wait until I trade games with my friend. And I was like, oh yeah, I have this copy of Darkness still laying around. I can't believe I never lost this or like misplaced it or whatever. I might as well just play this to hold myself over. And I did. And then, like, you know, that Friday and then like the next 2 days, I ended up just steamrolling through like the entire game because I just played it nonstop. Speaking of steamrolling nonstop, I almost just got murdered by that Rhyhorn. That sucks. But yeah, I ended up just playing through, like, almost... I played all the way to the end of the main story in, like, 2 days, and I remember beating it, I was like, holy fuck, I should probably, like, take a break and go outside or something. Body Slam, that's a weird one. I mean, we don't really need that, because Double Slap's already there for a physical move. And having Bubble and Water Gun is pretty fine. So we're just gonna ignore Body Slam, even though that is a move I personally quite like a lot. Oh shit, oh, that's not good. They're getting separated. See, this is what roll call orbs are for. Do not let the teammates get separated like that, or your life will become a nightmare. Yeah, I just went on a huge side tangent about me playing through that save file of Darkness, and I forgot to even mention the actual point of all that, which was to say, I remember that playthrough in particular, I got to this dungeon in the story, and heard, like, the dungeon theme, and, like, this, like, you know, was one of many repeat playthroughs, but something about it that time I heard the dungeon theme, and I was like, wait a minute, this theme is really, really good. How did I overlook this all these years? I'm sorry, did that just do 355 damage? Holy fucking shit. That's insane, oh my god. Don't worry, Chico, I will help you. Just for that, get an Oranberry is a treat. That was insane, though. Hitting damage numbers like that at this point in the game is fucking ridiculous. Oh, no, 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 no. Remo, get the fuck back here. Where are you going? Look at the damage on that poison jab, though. Damn, that's good. This is kind of the downside to having a 4-member team like this, is it is so easy for your, like, back row characters to just get bored and go in a different direction. I don't remember the exact explanation for this. It had something to do with, like, their pathfinding, and how, like, they will try to follow you based on, like, the previous tiles they remember you occupying, which means if they get too far away, oh, shit, or some shit like that happens, yeah, they can end up just wandering away from the rest of the group. Pretty annoying. It's happened like 3 times in this dungeon so far. Pretty annoying stuff, but that's why it's always important to, like, if you plan to have like more than 2 party members, having a roll call orb is like pretty much a must to like mitigate that kind of shit. You know what? I think the reason the Sandstorm is spawning in here, it's either Hippopotas or like I think Larvitar had Sandstream. I don't remember. Actually, that could be a little scary. Do not want to get pin missiled. Yeah, like that. I really don't want that to happen. No, Chico, no. Okay, she survived that. Fuck. This fucking thing has Sandville, I think. Oh, that's so bad. That's our first Reviver Seed use of the run, I think. Kind of fitting it happened here. Fucking pin missile is just such a menacing move, man. My god. Just eat that plane seed real quick. Let's just really hope we don't get unlucky and that happens again. Like, that's such a mean setup, is, like, there's, like, a few desert dungeons in a row here, and there's several Sandville Pokemon, and accuracy is already a problem in this game. So to have a Pokemon that can just start dodge hacking you with Sandville is just actually a nightmare scenario, especially when they retaliate with, like, fucking Fury Swipes and Pin Missile. Like, oh my god, it's so bad. Gotta be careful here for sure. That's so scary. God forbid you get into, like, a monster house or something during a sandstorm, like, yeah, GG, man. Just keep on moving, and hope that kind of shit doesn't happen. I gotta say, these Rhyhorns are quite annoying because of Scary Face and Fury Attack, and I have no easy way to take them down. This dungeon's not that long, there's only, like, 1 or 2 more floors. Yeah, I rambled about a bunch of random bullshit this dungeon, but it's one that has stuck out in my mind for a long time. For the most random of reasons. Then again, I really do love the dungeon theme that plays here. Of all dungeons, this is the one that sticks with me so much. It's good, what can I say? There's a Cacturn following from behind that could get... No, I think it went a different way. We're good. Nico's using a lot of energy balls. Oh yeah, she just got all of her PP back because she fucking died. Duh. I forgot Reviver Seeds give all your PP back after you die. That's definitely good. A lot of money laying around, so let's just get all that shit. Oh yeah, you know what? Grimo over there just stepped on the Wonder Tile and lost his buffs. Like, when you get a stat drop, you have the little, like, downwards arrow indicating that. I really wish there was an icon to indicate a stat buff, so you don't accidentally step on a Wonder Tile without, like, remembering that you have the buff, you know? That shit's annoying. Anyway, see what enemies are coming up ahead. We're starving a little. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that was a very clutch pin missile. Yeah, we will fight these things, even though I'm starving. I believe this is the last floor, so not a huge deal that the stairs are right there. You gotta be careful where you step, Grimo. You do not want to get in pin missile range. As long as Chico's not in immediate danger of getting pin missiled, I'm okay with it. I'm not really okay with it. It's still fucking scary, but let's move on. Oh shit, there's more to the dungeon. I'll see... Nah, we have plenty of apples in storage. I'll just eat one right now and get it over with. By the way, I gotta say, these two are catching up in levels very surprisingly after only, like, 2 or 3 dungeon runs. It's really good. I forgot, like... I feel like one of my biggest complaints with this game is that in the post-game, you, like, getting to level 100 takes absolutely fucking forever, but, like, in the main story, you level really quickly, so maybe I'm just wrong and, like, an idiot. I don't know. We'll have to find out when we get to the post-game, but that's not for, you know, it's not for quite a while. Speaking of more levels, wow. Fire Spin. Wow, that's fucking garbage. I'm gonna be real. I don't think it's very good in PMD. If this was, like, Gen 1 of Pokemon, and we were playing Red and Blue, maybe that would be decent, but unfortunately, that is not what we're doing, so... I think this is the end of the dungeon, so let's just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we're done. Good dungeon. It's, like... not the worst thing in the world. It's actually kind of funny I spent so much time hyping up Ant Plains and how scary it's going to be with the monster houses and traps and shit, but no, the first dungeon to actually take someone down is fucking Northern Desert with pin missile spam. Unsurprisingly. Somewhat surprisingly. I don't know. This scene right here is funny to me, where your partner is like, yeah, oh, well, let's get the fuck out of here, and then they just start pushing you away. Wants to go home so bad, bro. Oh, look at that. The clouds have cleared, and now we can go to Northern Desert. Our map updates in real time. I don't get why they get so upset with Badoo for this. It's such a minor thing. Like, he just picked up a damn rock and put it in his bag. It's not that big a deal, bro. Calm down. I didn't see you doing shit either, Dog Trio. You can shut up. Truly chastened. Wow, you're so fucking humble. Great Dust Noir, Sama. Meanwhile, the Cheddar, just Dust Noir glazing, doesn't end. Yeah, why don't you wipe your chin when you're done? Well, we didn't find jack shit, but it was still a fun dungeon run because I like Northern Desert and it's a nice dungeon. I really wish the theme that played in that dungeon was more frequent throughout the game, but most of the post-game dungeons would rather just spam the fucking, like, Tree Shroud Forest and, like, Bottomless Sea, Miracle Sea, whatever the fuck sea music. Annoying. Whatever. Anyway, let's call that episode for here. Next time, we're gonna continue hunting for the time gears, so I'll see you then.